Coming up on Good Day Saturday, not such a good day. Heavy rain, thunderstorms, and that wind kicking off your weekend. And hey, it's not over. Could snow be in the forecast too? Meteorologist Mark Strahl might have some bad news. He'll break it down in just a minute. Plus, we do have some breaking news. High carbon monoxide levels led to an evacuation in the South Shore neighborhood. I'm going to tell you what we know right now. And charges, they're filed in the murder of a young woman who worked at a Joliet bar, the man's connection to the victim. Also, a bombshell announcement this morning. Civil rights leader reveals his fight with Parkinson's disease. Good morning to you and thanks for joining me here on Good Day Saturday. I'm Jenny Milkowski. So we're going to start this morning with some breaking news. High levels of carbon monoxide prompted an evacuation at a 9-story apartment building very early this morning. Now that happened in the South Shore neighborhood. Officials say a level 1 hazmat response was called in at around 3 this morning. They later upgraded that to a level 2 hazmat. They say carbon monoxide levels were extremely high. Everyone in that building had to be evacuated. Nobody was hurt. New from overnight, a car was stolen with a 1-year-old boy inside on the city's south side. Police say it happened a little after 1:30 this morning in the 9100 block of South State. They say a woman went to that area. That's where her friend was involved in a crash. The woman left her car running with her 1-year-old in the back seat while she checked on her friend. That's when police say a man jumped into her car, drove off. They found the car abandoned about 10 minutes later with the boy inside, not hurt. So far, nobody in custody. New this morning, 2 people were carjacked about a mile from each other within the same hour late last night. Now, police say the first happened in the Westtown neighborhood. That's where 2 armed men stole a car from a woman, sped off. They also took the victim's purse. Police say the other carjacking that happened in the East Garfield Park neighborhood. Also, 2 armed men ordered a man out of his car and then stole that car. Police are still looking for the suspects. Also new this morning, a Chicago police officer was hurt in a crash that happened on the city's south side. It was in the Chatham neighborhood. Police say the officer was on duty when another car hit her squad car. No one in that other car was hurt. Now to a break in the case in the murder of a Joliet bartender. The very first charges have been filed. The man arrested is accused of covering up that crime. 24-year-old Katie Kearns was found shot in the head inside of her car Thursday in rural area of Kankakee County. Now, Jeremy Boshears, he's charged with a single count of concealing a homicidal death. Investigators say Kearns and Boshears, they met about a month ago. They started dating at the start of this month.
What it means for my family is just to pull together a little bit and to keep going. My sister would want us to keep going.
Boshears is being held on $250,000 bond. More charges are expected. An off-duty Chicago police officer is recovering right now after being stabbed in the head by her own son. Police say it's a domestic incident. She was stabbed in the head while she was driving at 76 and Stony Island in South Shore. The officer's SUV slammed into the back of a school bus when it happened. A child on board was taken to Jackson Park Hospital complaining of a headache. The officer that was hurt went to Northwestern Hospital. A news alert right now from Chicago police about a string of robberies in the Gold Coast. Police released these pictures of 4 suspects wanted in those attacks. They say in each case, the suspects punched or they pushed the victims and then they robbed them. There have been 3 attacks this month, all happening in the early morning hours. We're going to take you to Lake Forest now. Police say a woman was approached by a robber with a knife. They say she repeatedly hit him in the head with her cell phone until he ran off. Now that happened in the 1000 block of Northwestern Avenue yesterday. The robber, they're describing him as a white man between 17, 19 years old. He was wearing a dark hoodie, puffy winter jacket, and dark cargo style pants. An Elgin man, he's arrested on child porn charges. 33-year-old Devin Moberg is accused of soliciting videos of sex acts from 2 victims, both under the age of 18. Police say he also sent the victims a video of himself engaging in a sex act. Moberg was in court yesterday. Judge set bond at $3 million. We've got a major announcement this morning from Rev Jesse Jackson. He revealed he's been getting treatment for Parkinson's disease for the past 2 years. Now, that's a degenerative brain condition. So far, no cure for that. Our political editor, Mike Flannery, has more details.
Allies of Rev Jesse Jackson, who've worked with him here in Chicago, are pleased to hear that he plans to remain active. They think he may be the last of a certain sort of civil rights leader.
There will not be
I've got more details this morning about an order of protection that was filed by actress and singer, local Chicagoan Jennifer Hudson against her former fiance. Hudson and David Atunga, they recently split up. So according to TMZ, Hudson accuses the former wrestler of harassing and threatening her. She says he once pushed her inside their Burr Ridge home. Now the Tribune, they say that Burr Ridge police are investigating. Atunga's attorney says her client denies the accusations. Hudson and Atunga, they were together for about 10 years and they do have an 8-year-old son together. There's apparently a rodent problem at a Southside school. If you're eating, please put down the Cheerios. Parents say baby rats are turning up at this school, Mollison Elementary, one of the classrooms there. Some parents, can you blame them, are keeping their kids home from school. There's the video. Those are those little baby rats they found. Now, CPS says it will have someone out next week to deal with the problem. Could not be soon enough, right? There was actually a power outage at UIC last night. We got this cell phone footage from a student who actually was trapped in an elevator. He was on his way to an exam there. The university put out an alert saying the outage was affecting several buildings on that east campus. Shortly after, they had the power back on. According to that student's Facebook page, the exam was canceled because of the outage. I'm sure he was happy to get a few more hours of study time. Chicago Tribune on the move. It's leaving the building that bears its very name. Early next year, Trib employees are going to move on up into the new headquarters at the Prudential Building. The Tribune Tower has been home to the paper since 1925. More changes now for Avon. Avon says this year's walk to end breast cancer will be the last. Now, Avon's held the 39 walk every year since 2003. It's a long weekend walk, and it's raised well over $500 million for breast cancer research. More good news, though, well, but different news. Avon's going to unveil a new fundraising program sometime this spring. Hundreds of homeless veterans gathered at Northwest Armory for a free meal ahead of Thanksgiving. They also got clothes and got free medical and housing assistance. It's part of the Veteran Stand Down event, which prepares homeless veterans for the winter. About 600 veterans showed up. Chicago's Christmas tree is all lit up, but unfortunately, rain forced last night's lighting event to be condensed from about half an hour to a measly 5 minutes. But still, that didn't stop people from enjoying themselves, of course. Fox 32's Elizabeth Matthews takes us there.
We're just excited for Christmas, so we wanted to get into the Christmas mood.
The 62-foot tall Christmas tree is now lighting up Millennium Park and already spreading holiday cheer.
It's beautiful, believe it or not. We've never been to a tree lighting ceremony ever.
The party is not over. The holiday fun continues tonight when close to 1 million people are expected to flood the Mag Mile for the Lights Festival at 5:30. A lot of traffic headaches with that, so plan ahead, by the by. In a matter of days, speaking of traffic, the holiday travel season was going to kick off. So this year, they're saying it's a record setter. It's going to be the busiest Thanksgiving travel period in more than 12 years. That's what we're being told. It's busy every year, right? Airports are always busy during Thanksgiving. You guys know that. But most people actually are going to drive this year. Nearly 46 million are going to take their car. That's the highest number since 2005. Experts say people have to spend more money this year. They have more money to spend, but they're going to need to use some of that for those higher gas prices.
Given the economy, corporate profits are strong, people are getting more take-home pay, consumer confidence is way up. What's really stunning to me is that this is happening, and 89% are driving in spite of the fact that we're seeing gasoline prices.
So if you guys are driving out of town, here's what you need to know. AAA says the busiest time to be on the road in Chicago will be this coming Tuesday between 5 and 6 p.m. Very specific time slot there. The busiest spot, I-90 West, right at I-190. That's right by O'Hare. So still ahead on Good Day Saturday, Ryan Seacrest making headlines this morning, not for a good reason, why E-Network is conducting their own internal investigation. Also, take a look at this. Avocado toast, an ornament taking the internet by storm, apparently. How much this thing is going to set you back.